Hello, everyone. Ha ha ha. It's been the last few days of revelation upon revelation upon revelation. Some of the things you hear, you'll be like, oh my goodness, how can this be happening in Nigeria? Other things you hear, you just want to put your hand on your head and you say, Ovevekuve. Hey? Emehena. According to our people, they say, wetin be this? Because the matter don't enter another level. Pa. Yes, Malta has been in the news in the last few days. First of all, starting from the revelation by Aliko Dangote himself, where he said there are people, NNPC staff and other traders, they go to Malta, they have blending companies where they actually blend the crude oil and they bring in substandard crude oil to Nigeria. That these are the people that do not want Nigeria to have a refinery on itself. We've always known that they are the ones that have killed, the NNPC refineries. That's why every time they keep telling us that these refineries will work and the refineries never ever work. Because there's no incentive for it to work. People will bring in their refinery and then they will collect subsidy on it all. So Aliko Dangote came out to make all of this revelation, and of course people started searching, people started doing. There is a company called, Ras Hansen, and they said Owando, the Tinubu families are the ones, there's allegation that they are the ones who own it. Owando has come out to say that they don't know anything about it, that this is a fictitious company. Other people have said that it's a fictitious company, but there's an article written by Times of Malta where that company's name is there, and it's among the 3 main companies that are bringing money into Malta. So, well, it's left for the journalists, investigative journalists, to be able to bring out for us what is the truth. But you know what they say always, there is no smoke without fire. There must be something somewhere that is bringing that smoke. But anyway, the main thing about the whole Malta thing, and where people are beginning to put 2 and 2 together and they are getting their force, is that, look, it seems as if, first of all, they steal our crude oil. Crude oil is stolen from Nigeria. The amount of crude oil that is stolen from Nigeria is more than the crude oil that they eventually allow Nigeria to have. So imagine if there's no crude oil theft. Most of the monies that we are going abroad to go and borrow, we would not need to borrow them. We will have those monies to be able to use to meet our expenses. I've always said that for years. And you saw Mr. Peter Obi, how he went on and on and on and on, talking about crude oil till. So they have someone here called Demagogue on a PhD. He is at Von Bismarck on X, formerly known as Twitter. He says, 1, steal crude from Nigeria. 2, exports and blends it in Malta. 3, import same crude to Nigeria. 4, pay subsidy to his company. 5, sell same crude at exorbitant rate to citizens, even with the subsidy. The chronicle of your president untamable greed and treachery. That's this particular person. And then he went, in another tweet, he went on to say that the worst thing is that Dangote knew about the Malta blending and all Tinubu's nefarious activities and didn't utter a word, thinking that the drug lord is sensible enough to allow for their coexistence, not until they messed with his own refinery. Most elites are just about self, which is absolutely true. They're just about themselves. Then you begin to think, okay, Malta, and for me, I will be honest with you, for me, I don't even know anything about the downstream, whatever, the upstream, downstream oil, other than the surface and, some of the things. So I don't know where they get their oil for, who are the companies involved. Until Dangote mentioned it and this whole thing was happening, I never knew Malta was a place where we got our oil from. And there's something that is very, very interesting and ovevekuvein. You know when they say, hey, ovevekuve, emehena. This is what it is all about. And I will show you why it is an ovevekuve, a point or matter. The statisticians, they bring out statistics. So they brought and they say petroleum oil importation from Malta 2013 to 2023. In 2013, you understand, Nigeria imported $47.5 million worth of oil, petrol from Malta in 2013. In 2014, that amount increased to 59.98 million in 2014. Then in 2015, it almost doubled, or I think it even doubled. No, almost doubled, just one figure of doubling. They imported $117.01 million worth of petrol from Malta. That was in 2015. Then in 2016, that drastically changed. It drastically changed to $13.32 million. It seems as if after Buhari came, he was not interested in that particular, Malta, whatever, and they shut it off, whatever was going on at that period. And then from 2017 to 2022, there was no importation from Malta, none at all. None at all. There was nothing. There was no petrol that was bought from Malta. And then guess what? Hey! In 2023, 2.08 billion, I didn't say million, billion dollars worth of petroleum was imported for Malta. Guess one of the things that happened in 2023? Yep, you guessed right. Somebody rigged his way into election. Hey, not be my mouth to go here say Tinubu rigged. Now, Tinubu rigged the 2023 election, but somebody rigged his way into election, and then all of a sudden, boom, they started the blending. They started buying $2.08 billion worth of petrol. Only God knows how much by the time 2024 figures will be. Of course, 2024 has not finished, so they have not put the 2024 figures. You can imagine, this says everything. It's crazy. It's unbelievable. You sit down, you're thinking, Nigeria is such a criminal enterprise that some people have hijacked it, and if we don't break up this structure of criminality, this, when they always tell Mr. Peter that he didn't have structure, he said he didn't have the structure of criminality. If we don't break this structure of criminality, not only will they enslave us, they will enslave our children, our grandchildren, our great-grandchildren, our generation. They might even resell them into slavery. Somebody said something here. Authority Victor Asemota said, Peter Obi is a strong man. Oh. The lesson they wanted to teach him, or the lesson they wanted him to learn, bypassed him and went to Dangote. Now, so God is secure. God is secure person. It's not by our power. It's not by our might. It's by the might of God. And then someone here said, I'm deeply angry with this Malta oil scam revelation. It is beyond corruption. This is economic sabotage. This is treason. Treasonous. My goodness, he said. Sam Amadi said, you can bribe and bump off angry youths, but if you don't deal with this, you don't have a chance to sustain peace and stability in your country. He was talking about the revolution of the things that had been bought from Malta. And then Kalu Aja says, subsidy is gone, but Malta still they collect secret subsidy. Why are subsidy payments secret? Now we know why. Fellow citizens, it is our money that they are using for Kalu and enriching themselves. Guess who are suffering? You and I.